Hi, welcome.
My name's Chris Dyer. I'm an artist. I'm originally from Lima, Peru, but now I live in Montreal.
What do you do in Montreal?
I pretty much just make art and then sell it. It boils down to that. There's a lot of things that entail that, but that's pretty much what I do.
And what are the different things you do as you paint?
Well, I paint paintings and I have fine art shows and I can paint murals and I also art direct a skateboard company, so I do a lot of skateboard graphics. Some graphic design and logo bullshit, and you know, ideally I would just spend my days painting paintings, but yeah, you gotta do a little bit of everything in order to survive through your art, but that's alright. Well, I've been skateboarding since I was 7 or 8 years old, and I was very inspired by that the first few years of my life, and started just doing art on broken skateboards in, like, you know, late 90s, and kept on doing it. Became sort of like my fine art at one point. Eventually I started doing skateboards for companies, and at this point, 10 years later, 11 years later, I'm like a brand manager, artist director for Creation Skateboards from California.
Okay.
So you gotta come up with like 2 or 3 catalogs a year and do a bunch of skateboard graphics, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy it, and I love being, you know, surrounded by skateboarding, and, you know, give something different to that scene. I like colors, that's pretty obvious. I like using them all, but I like them to get along at the same time, to have some kind of harmony or some kind of contrast that's interesting, that makes a popping effect. I grew up in the 80s as a kid. There was a lot of nice punchy colors back then. I'm South American, where there's a lot of colors. I love skateboard graphics, vinyl covers, surf culture, action figures, all these things that entail color, that have a lot of colors, so I do that in my art as well. My art is spiritually inspired. I try to connect different cultures, you know, the things that I enjoy, and give it some kind of spiritual point of view to it, you know. I like different things. One of my favorite things is traveling, because I like to go different places and learn from new cultures and see what kind of art they're doing and be influenced and just grow all the time, you know, be the best human being I can by just learning from everybody and everything. I guess if there's any message to my art in one word for all of it, it would be like just unity, oneness, you know, like that everything is the same thing at the end of the day, you know, that you might have different countries, different religions, different clothing, different races, but at the end of the day, there's the same, you know, body of humanity and of soul and spirit. Same for different scenes, like the skateboarding scene or the spray painting, street art scene, or the, you know, the spiritual, you know, movements. It's all the same at the end, because they're all expressions of, you know, of our soul and humanity. So I just want to bring it all together, because I love all these things and I want them to get along and be one, and no more walls between them. I want to be like a bridge between all these different cultures.